So I forgot my glasses, and I think I actually left them at school. So I'm going to go back over there today and get them after my meeting. I'm in my home classroom. So I could have taught you guys from here if I needed to. Anyway, so I have my awesome coffee mug. This that one of my students gave me last year for my birthday. Isn't that awesome? I tell her all the time. I call it my Maddie mug because she's the one who gave it to me. And I have my coffee shirt because I just needed my coffee this morning. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to read chapter 4 of How to Steal a Dog, maybe chapter 5, however many I can read prior to my meeting starting, and then I will read the next one after. Now, if you do these on Nearpod, I forgot my computer charger at school, so I'm going to have to go get it after my meeting, and then I will get the Nearpod in. Okay? Oh, did I already do chapter 4? I did. Chapter 4 should be on my YouTube channel, because my bookmarks say I need to read chapter 5. I just probably didn't get the YouTube, or the Nearpod finished for chapter 4. But you have the paper packet that you can do it in too. You don't have to do it on the Nearpod. In fact, most of you do it on the paper packet, which is fine, which I love because I can just see the pictures of it, or you can drop that page off in the bin outside the school. And I kind of feel like I get the piece of you like you'd be in school, like where I get the paper, but whatever is more convenient for you. If you want the Nearpod to do it electronically, I will get it out today for chapters 4, probably chapter 5, maybe even chapter 6. But if you are fine doing it on the paper packet, do it on there. And then the videos are here on the YouTube channel. And then you can drop off the piece, make sure your name's on it, in the bin outside the school, or take a photo of it and send it to me so I can get that in the grade book. You guys have been doing really well on those so far. I'm not just giving you 100 because you do it and turn it in. I'm actually checking your answers. And a lot of you are doing really well at comprehending this story. Really make sure also if you are watching the YouTube video of me reading, that you are also following along. And then try to see if you can read some of it yourself and not just always listen to me read it, even though I enjoy reading to you guys. So some of you, this book is right at your level. So even though you might like listening to me read, please try to read the book. And then some of you, if it is too difficult, that's why these videos are here for you. And I think a lot of you are watching them even if the book's not too difficult. So either way, it's here for you if you need it. And I love it if you like hearing me read. Maybe you let me know in the comments on the YouTube video or in class. Because if you're not liking these, then I just won't do them. And you can search for someone else that reads the book on YouTube, because there's other people out there that read it. I just thought it'd be nicer if it was your actual teacher. Or you can just read it yourself. Or I think if you have an Audible account, you can always get the Audible version. Okay, so How to Steal a Dog, Chapter 5. I watched Luann and Lisa Thomas walking to the bus after school, their matching blonde ponytails swinging from side to side. They carried their ballet slippers in their Derby Dance School tote bags. Instead of getting on the bus and making my usual seat beside Luann, I had to wait for Toby so we could go to the laundromat. I watched everybody get on the bus in their perfect clothes so they could go home to their perfect bedrooms. They'd put their school clothes away in real drawers, not trash bags. Didn't they go to the soccer practice or ballet class? Not to the laundromat like me. I blinked hard and stared down at my feet, just in case I looked as miserable as I felt. The toe of my sneaker was wearing out, and I could see my blue socks starting to show through. When I heard someone running, I looked up to see Toby racing toward me, his hair flopping down in his eyes. "Hurry up," I snapped. "I've been waiting for like an hour." I got on the bus, but then I remembered I wasn't supposed to, he said. Oh, great, I thought. I bet Luann and Lisa had themselves a good laugh about that. I bet Lisa said, "How come Georgina and Toby aren't riding the bus?" Then what would Luann say? Please, please, Luann. I closed my eyes and tried to send my thoughts across the parking lot into the school bus window where Luann said, "Please don't tell Lisa we live in the car." Then I hurried up the sidewalk toward town. Toby trotted along behind me, whining for me to slow down, but I didn't. We headed on over to Montgomery Street, where Mama had parked the car near the laundromat. I unlocked the trunk and tossed my backpack inside. Then I stood on the bumper of the car so I could reach way in the back of the trunk. I pulled a corner of the carpet away and took out the envelope Mama kept hidden there. I thumbed through the money stuffed inside. It sure looked like a lot to me, but I guess it still wasn't enough to get us a place to live. I took out $5 and jammed the envelope back under the carpet. Then I gathered up the dirty laundry and locked the car. Let's go, Toby. I stuffed all the clothes into one washing machine. If we don't use two machines, I said to Toby, we'll have enough money to buy a snack. On the way out, we checked all the coin return slots for money and found 2 quarters. Then we went on over to the grocery store and bought some saltine crackers and sliced cheese. We went around back to the alley and stood on the warm asphalt to eat. Listen, Toby, I said while I peeled the plastic off my cheese. We need to find some kind of rope or something to tie to that dog's collar. Toby nodded as he squished a piece of cheese into a little ball and popped it into his mouth. Where can we find rope? I said. He shrugged. Darn it, Toby, I said, if you want to help me, you've got to come up with some ideas too, you know. I can't think of everything. Okay, he said. Why don't we buy some rope? I rolled my eyes. We're trying to save our money, not spend it. We need to find some rope for free. Toby looked around at the pile of cardboard boxes beside the dumpster. Maybe there's ropes back here somewhere. I got up and peered into the dumpster. Just more cardboard boxes. Nah, I said, I think we're going to have to wait till trash pickup day. I think we can look through the stuff that people leave by the road, okay? Okay, Toby squished another piece of cheese and then smashed it between 2 crackers. Let's go put the clothes in the dryer, then check out the dog again. When we got to Whitmore Road, I motioned for Toby to be quiet. We don't want anybody to notice us, I whispered. We made our way back up the road toward the big brick house. When we got to the corner of the yard, I could hear someone out front. I tried to see through the hedge, but it was too thick. I squatted down beside the fence to listen. Get the ball, Willie, someone said. I was pretty sure it was the same woman we had seen there the other day. I could hear Willie making happy little yip noises. Then the woman would laugh and say stuff to him. After a while, I heard the wooden front steps creak and the screen door slam. I looked at Toby. I think she went inside, I whispered. Let's go see. We tiptoed to the gate, and I peeked into the yard. The woman was gone, but Willie was sitting on the front porch. When he saw me, he came bounding down the steps and over to the gate. Hey there, Willie, I whispered. He pushed his nose through the gate and licked my hand. Isn't he cute? I said to Toby. Yeah. Toby put his hand out and Willie licked him too. When we gonna steal him? Shh. I smacked Toby's knee. Hush up, you idiot. I looked around us. The street was quiet and empty. I could hear a radio somewhere in the distance, but I didn't see anyone. We have to wait till everything is just right, I said. That lady has to be gone. I nodded toward the house. And we need some rope, remember? After we get the rope and steal him, where are we going to hide him? Toby said. Dang, I hadn't even thought of that. I couldn't hardly believe how stupid I'd been. I made all those plans and hadn't even thought about where we were going to hide that dog. I looked at Willie, then back at Toby. I haven't figured that part out yet, I said, pretending like it was no big deal. You got any ideas? Toby shook his head. I frowned. Then we'll have to think of something. That night, I propped the flashlight up on the seat next to me and tried to do my math homework. Toby's snores drifted through the beach towel wall between us. I used to be good at math, but it seemed like now I wasn't. I gave up and took out my purple notebook. I opened to How to Steal a Dog by Georgina Hayes. I wrote April 7th. Then after, step 2, I wrote step 3. Get ready to steal the dog. 1. Keep watching the dog to make sure he's the right one to steal. 2. If you need a leash, find some rope or something. 3. Figure out where you're going to hide the dog. I lost my page. Am I reading? I chewed on the eraser of my pencil and stared out the window into the darkness. Number 3 was a big problem. I wish I could ask Luann to help me. She always had good ideas about stuff. I looked down at my notebook again. I guess I was just going to figure this out by myself, unless some miracle happened and Toby got an idea. I closed the notebook and watched the moths fluttering around the street light outside the window. Maybe stealing the dog wasn't such a good idea after all. I propped my feet up on the seat in front of me and frowned at my bare toes. My party girl pink nail polish was wearing off and I didn't have any more. I guess it got tossed out with all my other stuff. We can't take everything, Georgina, Mom had hollered at me when Mr. Dieter kicked us out. 1 bag, she had said in a mean voice. That's it. Just when I was starting to feel a good cry coming on, I heard Mama hurrying around the car. I sat up and rolled down the window. Georgina, she whispered, really excited, like, guess what? I found us a place. Really? I felt my heart start to lift. Mama put both hands against the door and grinned down at me. Her hair was damp and frizzy from working her second job in the steamy back room of the Regal dry cleaners. She took her shoes off and climbed in the front seat. Yep, we're moving into a house. We had only ever lived in apartments before, never in a house. I could already see my bedroom. White furniture with gold on the edges like Luann's, maybe even pink carpet. When, I said. Friday, Mom examined herself in the rearview mirror. I look as beat as I feel, don't I, she said. You look all right, I said, but I was lying. She did look beat. Dark circles under her eyes, her skin all creased and greasy looking. I lay back against the seat and felt about 100 pounds lighter than I had just minutes before. I'd known in my heart that stealing a dog was a bad thing to do, and now I didn't have to. I couldn't believe everything had turned out so good. And that is chapter 5 of How to Steal a Dog. And now Miss Abshers has to get to her other meeting. So let me know if you guys like that I record these, or if you'd rather just listen to someone else, or you'd rather just read it yourself. I will get your Wednesday assignments done. Get them to me. I miss you. Have a great day on Wednesday at work, and I'll see you tomorrow.